Hi guys, welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhoades and I'm here to get you started on your final grade 4 list, unit 36. And this week we are talking about the CH and PH digraphs. Remember, digraphs are two letters that come together to make one sound. Before we get started, please get your materials together. You will need your blue book open to page 221. You'll also need some colorful pens, markers, or crayons. Please remember, whatever I mark on my board, you should be marking on your page. Please save room for a key as well. You'll notice that I've already gone ahead and broken my words into syllables using these green vertical lines. I've also used a green check mark to signify the stressed syllable. That is the part of the word that we say a little bit louder and stronger. So this week we are reviewing the CH and the PH digraphs. Now you are very familiar with CH. However, you probably learned way back in kindergarten that CH often or most usually makes a ch sound in a word like chop or chick. Maybe over the years you've noticed that CH can also make a sh sound in a word like chef or champagne or in the middle of machine. Well, this week all of our CH words are going to make a k sound. It'll make a hard k sound in words like ache and anchor and chorus. The second digraph that we're focusing on this week is PH. Now this is also a digraph that you're pretty familiar with because this is a word that every kid knows, right? So you've seen that PH in words like phone or graph. So we're going to see what it does in bigger words as well. Before we do that though, let's read our list. As we do, please use your ears to listen for the f or k sound and use your eyes to look for that PH or CH chunk. Please repeat after me. Ache, anchor, chorus, Christmas, dolphin, echo, headphones, hyphen, nephew, orphan, schedule, scheme, school, sphere, stomach. All right, let's choose a color. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for our CH chunk and we're going to notice where it shows up. Can it appear at the beginning of a word? Can it appear in the middle? Does it have to be at the end? Let's find out. So here in the word ache, it's right in the middle of our one syllable word. And what's interesting here is our bossy E is jumping all the way over that digraph in order to make the long A sound. We don't see that very often, but there's our CH in ache right in the middle. Here it is tucked in the middle of anchor. We see it at the beginning of chorus, at the beginning of Christmas, in the middle of echo, and here it is following the S in schedule, following the S in scheme, and the S in school. So that SCH pattern, pretty common. Right here we see it at the very end of stomach. So over here, red box equals CH. That CH is going to make a hard k sound, and it's going to show up at the beginning, the middle, or the end of a word. Notice, by the way, that we never slice syllables between our digraph letters, which is why In echo, we slice it after the H. In anchor, we slice before the N. Okay, our second pattern this week is PH, and we know that PH makes a F sound, and let's see where that shows up in a word. Here it is, in the middle of dolphin, in the middle of headphones, and in the middle of hyphen. We see it again in the middle of nephew and in the middle of orphan. And then here, it can show up as an S blend at the beginning of sphere. This week it looks like it's showing up always in the middle of a word, but we do know it can show up at the beginning of a word like phone or the end of a word like graph. So over here, blue box equals PH, and that's going to make a F sound. And again, just notice both of our patterns this week can be used as part of an S blend. Okay. What I'd like to do now is just go through the list and make sure we understand what all of our words mean. So let's start with ache. Ache can be used as a verb, right? If you twisted your knee and it aches, it just means that it hurts, right? So to ache means to hurt. And if you have an ache, a toothache, a headache, a stomach ache, an earache, it just means that you have a pain. Anchor is a noun. That's something that sailors use or boat owners use to keep their boat from floating away. So if you're going fishing in the harbor, you can drop the anchor. It kind of looks something like this, right? It's attached to your boat by a rope. And what it'll do is it'll catch, it's heavy, so it'll sink down to the bottom and it'll get caught in the sand. And so then it's like your boat is on a leash now. It's not going to drift away because it's attached through the anchor. So most of the time we use that as a noun, but we could use it as a verb. You could anchor your boat. A chorus is a group of singers. So maybe this year you had the opportunity to join the chorus at your school and you practice singing together once or twice a week, and then you put on a concert later in the year. Christmas is a holiday. Now, it's what we call a proper noun. We know it's a proper noun because it starts with an uppercase C. All of our holidays are proper nouns. Thanksgiving, Easter, Halloween, New Year's Day, Christmas. We always capitalize our holidays. Christmas is a Christian holiday, and it's a time when Christian people celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ, which is why there's this T here that you can't always hear. When we pronounce Christmas, we don't hear the T, but it's important to keep it in there because Christmas is a celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. So that's his name. A dolphin is an animal that lives in the ocean. An echo is a sound that bounces back. Sound that bounces back. You can also use this as a verb sometimes, right? If you're walking in a canyon and you shout, hello, and then your voice bounces off the canyon and it echoes back to you. So you say, hello, and you hear, hello, hello, hello. That is the sound of your voice echoing. So it's sound bouncing back. Headphones. That's what we would call a plural noun, right? Because it ends with S, so it's more than one. It's also what we would consider a compound word, two words put together. So these are phones that you put on your head, right? And they help you hear a sound. Now, that sound could be somebody's voice, it could be a podcast, it could be music, but you're hearing sounds that are far away. I'm going to stop here for a second because I want to draw your attention to page 224. On 224, you're going to find out that phone, or PHON, phon, comes from a Greek root that means sound. So on this page, you're going to have headphones, saxophone, phonemes, phonetics, homophone, symphony. You're going to take this list of words and you're going to match them with their definitions. And when you do, you're going to notice that they're all somehow connected to sound. Okay, hyphen, that's a noun. A hyphen is a type of dash. So maybe you have two last names. Maybe your name is Jacob Jones Rivera. Your parents might have taught you to write your name by putting a hyphen right there so that you can connect your two last names. You have a hyphenated last name, Jones Rivera. And this right here is the hyphen. Okay, a nephew is a noun. So my brother's son is my nephew. My sister's son is my nephew. I am their aunt. An orphan is a child with no parents. Or maybe no parents that can take care of them. A schedule is usually used as a noun, but you could also use it as a verb. A schedule is a list of events and times, right? So during the workday, I have to follow a schedule. I have to get up by 7. I have to be out the door by 7:30. I have to be ready to teach my class at 8 o'clock. I am following a strict schedule. A scheme is a thing. We can also use it as a verb sometimes. So a scheme is a sneaky plan. Often dishonest, right? If somebody's scheming, they're trying to come up with a sneaky way to get you to do something that you probably don't want to do. A school is a noun. It's a place where kids go to learn. A sphere is a noun. It's a ball or an orb. And then a stomach, that's the part of your body that holds onto your food after you eat. Okay, so lots of great words here. I'm sure you'll do a really great job. Congratulations, you have finished the 4th grade book. I hope that soon you will dive into the 5th grade book so you can build on all these great skills you've already learned. Thank you and good luck. Bye-bye.